realize that I didn't have everything figured out. So for those who don't know, I got hired as a JTL, was like a junior team lead, so I came in like already as a leader. I was excited, I was eager, you know, I thought I was gonna go straight to the top, but I quickly got humbled. It didn't go like that. It didn't go exactly how I thought it was gonna go. So, you know, I was inconsistent, you know, missing quota, bad weeks turned into bad months, you know, bad days, zeros. It took me like 8 weeks to consistently hit 20. So with that, I actually got demoted from JTL. I got demoted from JTL to EC, and I got kicked out the Path to Leadership program as well. You know, that I really was like, just not doing what I needed to do. And I wasn't like, I had the confidence, you know, I had the title and things like that, but I really didn't have the skill set or the confidence to really like thrive in my role. And that's something that I was like lacking at the time. I didn't understand it. So, but me doing all that, you know, getting demoted and things like that, I thought to myself, like, I had to take accountability of where I was falling short and where I was headed, because the path didn't look too good. It was a little shaky. So I thought to myself, like, either I'm gonna fall off and become like a nobody in the business, not making no money, or I can get it together, figure out what I need to do so I can actually become something.
Juice.
So, with me doing those things, you know, I had numerous talks with Faith. She gave me like constructive feedback. It was a little, I took it a little to heart at most of the time, but it was very much well needed. So, with the feedback and all the trainings and everything, I applied it instantly. I didn't hesitate, I didn't wait for anything. I just immediately started doing it. And once I started shifting my mindset and actually like waking up to like, what am I actually here for? That's when things started to shift for me. You know, I became a student to the game, basically. I developed a student mentality. I was listening to everything. I humbled myself because I came in on a high horse. I got hired as a JTL. I was thinking I was already that, but I wasn't that. It wasn't giving that, for sure. It definitely wasn't giving that. The numbers didn't match nothing. You know, the numbers didn't match what it was. So I had to humble myself. I became a student, listened to everything, and once I did that, that's when things started to take off. Slowly, but quickly at the same time, you know? With this being my first year and having a little bit of a rocky start, I wasn't able to accomplish a lot of things. Basically, I was able to accomplish a lot of things based on where I started. You know, I was able to get Rising Star my first year in business at Impact, got the PC and things like that. You know, it wasn't easy, but for me, what it took for me is I really just had to develop a winner's mindset. Like, I was too focused on other things, but I stayed true to the process. I trusted myself and where I was going. I knew that I was capable of doing this. You know, I felt like I had something to prove. You know, getting demoted is not a cute thing. Going from JTL to EC is like, I felt bummy. So I felt like I had something to prove to myself and to the people around me. I didn't want to fall off, like that's not it. So, with doing all that, you know, I was able to accomplish a lot of things, you know. And to anyone here that's new, that's struggling, that's starting off, like, I would say, you have to want it as bad. You just have to want it as bad. You just have to want it, you know. Figure out where you're falling short, and then attack that thing, and you'll start to see shifts in where you're heading. Because for me, it wasn't. I didn't start as this. It was way worse. A lot of FRs that's starting now was like a lot better than how I was starting. Like, if I was an FR and I had the new start bonus back then from when I started, I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got it. So, to the FRs that's struggling and things like that, just take your time, remain true to yourself, trust the process, remain a student always, and you know, things will work out. Just like how it did for me in that short period of time.
Juice. Okay.